Yo, what's going on, guys? Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about one of the recent biggest things in the NFL as the Cleveland Browns make a huge trade for defensive end Za'Dauris Smith of the Minnesota Vikings, who had 10 sacks last season and only spent 1 year with the Vikings after leaving the Packers in free agency last year to sign with the Vikings, I think on a 2-year deal. Signed with the Vikings on a 2-year deal and requested a trade early in the offseason, and at first it looked like the Vikings were going to decline that trade request, and today they have just accepted it and sent him to the Cleveland Browns. I mean, what a move for Cleveland here. They've made some decent moves. In free agency and the trade market. Traded for Elijah Moore earlier in the offseason. He'll be another weapon for Deshaun Watson coming into his second year. I don't know if I'd even say second year, because he only started 5 or 6 games with the Browns last year. So basically, let's say his first full season with the Browns. So another weapon for Deshaun Watson going in his first full season with the Browns. Added in a bunch of pieces. Here, how about this one? Agbina Okongwo from the Houston Texans, my favorite team, had a monster season with the Texans. I mean, had a lot of sacks, a lot of tackles for loss. I mean, I think he had at one point he had 5 sacks in 4 games. He was huge for us last year on the defense, and he's going to be great for the Cleveland Browns. I think the only concern is you have Myles Garrett and Za'Dauris Smith at the defensive end position. So where does Agbina Okongwo come in? So that's where I sort of wonder, do you maybe move Za'Dauris Smith to the linebacker position so Agbina Okongwo plays way more at defensive end? Because this guy, Agbina, he is a stud. And so is Za'Dauris. Za'Dauris can play linebacker. He can also play defensive end. So that's why I'm kind of wondering, do you maybe put Za'Dauris Smith at linebacker, or the other way around with Agbina Okongwo? Which I think it would be better if Za'Dauris was at the linebacker position. But either way, it's just a huge deal. And let's go into trade details. Forgot about that. So trade details. The Browns get Za'Dauris Smith and also get a 2025 6th and 7th round pick. So they get a 6th round pick and a 7th round pick in 2025. Then the Browns give the Vikings a 2024 5th round pick and a 2025 5th round pick. So the Vikings get 2 5th round picks for Za'Dauris Smith, but also have to give up a 6th and a 7th to get those 2 5s. I don't think it's a huge deal. For the Browns, it might be giving up a little too much. Even though Za'Dauris Smith is going to be a stud next season for the Cleveland Browns, he's a free agent in March, so there's no guarantee he stays. I think, I think that's why he's very cheap. Is because maybe Za'Dauris Smith had, maybe if Za'Dauris Smith had, just possibly saying, maybe if Za'Dauris Smith had 2 or 3 years, if not longer, on his contract instead of being a free agent next March, I think Za'Dauris Smith would be worth a 5th round pick or a 4th round pick and a 7th round pick, like a 5th or a 7th or a 4th or a 7th, and you wouldn't even, if not more than that, and you wouldn't even have to add in some extra picks for the Browns to do the deal. I think the only reason why Za'Dauris Smith is so cheap is because he's a free agent in March, and that's probably one of the main reasons. But I mean, yeah. But that defensive line is going to be so powerful next season with Za'Dauris Smith and Myles Garrett and Agbina Okongwo and who had someone else? Dalvin Tomlinson. That defensive line is crazy for the Cleveland Browns. It's going to be scary. It's going to be scary. That Cleveland Browns defensive line is going to be really scary next season with them adding in Agbina and Za'Dauris Smith this offseason. NFL fans and NFL run games or just NFL offenses of facing that Cleveland Browns defensive line, watch out. That defensive line is going to be really good next year if everybody is healthy. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Let me know your thoughts on the trade, and peace out.